getting there. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I filmed and I'm so glad that I'm back into it. Honestly, I miss it every time I don't film for like a couple days at a time. And this time it's been more than a week, so I'm so glad to be back. In today's video, I wanted to do a gift guide for her and I've made my notes already. It's in categories and honestly, I feel like this is a really great list for the women in your life that may be a little bit fashion obsessed or very much into a certain aesthetic, because if I'm getting something that I know I'm not going to be using on the daily basis, it's just not something that I think is worth the person giving me spending their money on. So for that reason, I've broken it down into categories such as elevated daily essentials, jewelry, beauty, stocking stuffers, and homeware, and they all fit my aesthetics. So there are 9 items on this list and let's get right into it with the very first one, which is in the category of fragrance. Now, fragrances can be a little bit difficult because everybody has their own personal preferences, which is why I suggest going for the classics, and there is nothing more classic than Chanel No. 5. So this is something that I literally wear on the daily, so it can be something that also feeds into our other category of daily essentials. This is honestly a beautiful fragrance. It's been around forever. It stood the test of time, which is why I feel like spending a little bit more money on something like this is totally worth it, because you end up getting your money's worth because a little bit goes a long way. Also, I see this on my vanity every morning when I'm getting ready, which is something that I love. It's a beautiful accent piece. And decor is something that I'm also really into, so this sort of serves multiple purposes, so it's definitely one that I recommend getting, and in this size can actually be pretty affordable. You can go for a bigger one. I actually have it in this bottle as well, which isn't as aesthetically appealing, but the two of them or just one of them would make an absolutely beautiful gift. Let's move on to something that is another elevated daily essential, and when I say I use this on the daily, I'm honestly not over exaggerating. It is my steamer. So this is one that I got from Conair. This was actually a Christmas gift to me a year ago or 2 years ago, but anyway, my mother-in-law got it for me and I use it all the time. It heats up so quickly that you don't have to wait for steam, which in the morning it's easier than plugging in an iron and getting out the ironing board and waiting for that to heat up. This is just something that I always have like standing and ready to go. So in the morning, especially if I'm wearing like a collared shirt, I don't need to wait forever in order to be able to get ready for the day, because let's face it, I'm just not a morning person. So if the woman in your life is also not really super into mornings, but wants to look professional and polished with whatever she's wearing, regardless if it's around the house or if it's in the office, whatever the occasion is, a steamer is something that's just always going to be really well used. And you can take advantage of it too. The next category is beauty, because I absolutely love using beautiful makeup, but I don't love spending a ton of money on it. So being able to get it gifted at Christmas time would be, for me, an amazing gift. There are certain essentials and especially certain brands that I always go back to, and the next one, it's from Merit. And Merit is somebody that I've actually partnered with before. They sent me quite a few different items. I'll have that video linked in the description bar below, but I basically talk about how I was able to change my morning makeup routine to be so much more clean and effective and beautiful on my skin, not just in an aesthetic way, but also just in the ingredients that they use. And they so kindly sent me 2 full-size products. One is the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum, and let's just unbox this here together because this is so exciting. So this is what it looks like. I haven't had a lot of time yet to use it and I'm so excited to. So in order to use this product, you just shake it before you use it, massage 2 or 3 pumps onto your skin before or after moisturizer. So depending on what suits your skin type the best, in the morning or twice a day. So this is something that can be used morning or night, but especially because this is something I know I'm gonna use on a daily basis, it's gonna make me feel better about myself, and it's also really good for your skin. It's one that I highly recommend. Of the products that I already have from Merit, I know it's well trusted, which when it comes to my skin is not something that I wanna take a gamble on, so highly recommend this. Also, such cute packaging. This next item from them, I'm so excited for. So I tried buying this before and it was completely sold out. This is basically their blush, even though they call it a flesh bomb cheek color. I have mine in the color terracotta, which is beautiful. It has this very sort of browny undertone that I think is gonna go really, really well with my skin tone. So this is one I will absolutely report back on, but I expect nothing but the greatest things from it. Of course, I wear blush every day, so this is also an elevated daily essential. Amazing, we're ticking all the boxes. Now, next on the list is jewelry, and obviously with this category, you can spend as much or as little as you want, depending on whether you're going the fine route or whether you're going semi-fine or semi-precious, demi-precious, there are lots of different words for it. Or of course there's costume jewelry if you want to stay really budget conscious, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with. Obviously, Christmas and the holidays can be a time that gets a little bit more expensive, but I highly recommend that if you are going the jewelry route, go for fine jewelry. And if that means maybe not going to something that has a very, very recognized brand name and instead getting something from a local jeweler, I think that's really beautiful because not only are you supporting local, but you're getting something that is actually going to increase in value. Obviously, gold and diamonds are things that appreciate over time, which is kind of nice because especially with how much we do end up spending at this time of year, to know that our money is going to be put into something that is going to increase in value instead of just either get used and thrown away or depreciate just like this, it's nice to be able to have something that you can rest assured was a very good investment. So the one that I'm showing here is a gold bracelet. So it is made from 18 karat gold, but of course there are different options. You could do 14 or 10 karat and it still looks beautiful. It is more precious, but you'll be able to find a lot of different options within your budget at some of those lower carat values, but this is just one that I wear every single day. I never take it off. I shower with it. So another elevated daily essential. I love how all of these things sort of cross-reference into different categories, but really if you're buying something, especially that is fine jewelry, you might as well be getting something that you want to wear on a daily basis. And dainty gold jewelry is something that I so highly recommend because it goes with any outfit. Whatever occasion it is or whatever outfit you're wearing, a dainty piece of gold jewelry is always going to fit the bill, and it's something that you can layer later on or just wear on its own for a really, really simple look. So take a look at mine and I'll be sure to link as many similar options as I possibly can down below. Okay, sorry about the fact that the lighting has changed, but the next thing on the list is something that is absolutely an elevated daily essential, which is a pair of sunglasses. So these ones I actually just got. They're the Valentino V logo square sunglasses, but I'll absolutely have them linked down below. But these are just so good for a lot of reasons. One, they're currently on sale, which is amazing. So I'll link them with the sale price and I'll also let you know what the original retail price was. But this is sort of a shape that looks good on every face frame. And this is just a pair that in its shape is very classic, and also just with the sides having just this little bit of detail on them. I feel like the majority of sunglass releases that happen, there's something like this in every collection with a little bit of a gold detail on the side, this size of arm, and I just think that this is one that you can't really go wrong with. The little bit of the cat eye shape is super flattering. If you're in need of a new pair of sunglasses yourself, or if these would be for somebody else, you just can't go wrong with these ones. I love them. Now, a few of the next things on the list have to do with homewares, and one is actually more of a small kitchen appliance, which we'll start out with that first. It's the Smeg kettle. There are a couple sizes of this, but depending on who you're getting for, if it's 2 people or more, obviously, in the household, then maybe go for the bigger one. But this is something that I basically use on the daily. It's great for tea or coffee drinkers. I make a lot of French press coffee at home, so this is great for that. I love that it's basically a piece of decor in my kitchen, so I leave it out all the time. It's really easily accessible and it's something that I get a lot of use out of. So especially if you're limited on cupboard space or drawer space in your kitchen and you do want to leave some things out, but you don't want to have them be eyesores, then this is a really great one. 1 for functionality, 2 for aesthetics. It's a beautiful piece, so I would imagine that whoever you're getting this for is gonna love using it too. And pro tip, I actually heat up water for pasta in this too. I typically boil it in the kettle if I'm like in a real rush or just really hungry and want to make myself a plate of pasta really quick. If I'm getting home at night and it's already really late, I just pop the water in there first to boil. It takes basically no time, and then the whole process just goes so much faster. The next two things are actually also homewares, and I've shown both of them on my channel before, and one of them is this Hermes blanket. I have absolutely loved, here, let me show it to you the proper way. I absolutely love this so much, and if you are somebody that is interested in getting into Hermes or wants a Birkin or Kelly, which are quota bags, obviously, you can't just walk into an Hermes and buy them. Sometimes you need to hit a certain amount of spending. There have been theories that you may have to spend a certain amount before you would get offered one of those bags, since they're for like VIP clients, that sort of thing. That's an entirely different conversation that I actually had. I'll link you to that video in the description bar below as well. But this blanket is one that I would so highly recommend. I love the composition of it. It is so warm, it's so cozy. I use this on my couch all the time. Snuggling up on the couch after a long day of work with a glass of wine or some popcorn or some peanuts. That's actually my favorite thing to do, is wine and peanuts. This is a blanket that I use all the time. I'm never really worried about getting it dirty. I've watched a lot of different videos on how to clean these, and you're basically good to just pop them in the washer, which is amazing. But it just adds a whole other level of decor and aesthetic to your house, and it's something that is just so warm and cozy. So for somebody that loves comfort or just movie nights, whatever it happens to be, but has a little bit of like a luxury addiction too, then this is a really great option. Yes, it's a little expensive, but in my opinion, totally worth the money. I'm absolutely already on track to be getting my money's worth because I use it all the time. It's such a good blanket. Next on the homewares list is my favorite thing to talk about, fashion coffee table books. I've talked about these so much on my channel. I've referenced this exact one, as well as the next one that I'm gonna show you, which is a Manolo Blahnik book. But this is one of my favorites, one, because it's not super popular like some of the Chanel ones or Tom Ford. I have both of those, but this is honestly my favorite. I love the spine of it. So depending on whether you're stacking or you're leaving it just like this on your coffee table, it's really beautiful, goes with any sort of home aesthetic because it's black and white. To me, especially if you're buying this for somebody that loves fashion, going for a black and white option or a neutral option is something that will fit even if their aesthetic is super colorful. Black and white accents are always great and can always be used, so I highly recommend one like this. Or, this is so heavy. The other one that I absolutely love and have out on display all the time, along with many others, is this Manolo Blahnik book. It has incredible photography in it as well. So if the woman that you're buying for is a shoe lover, then obviously this is a really great one. Another beautiful spine, lots of color on the back, so this is typically not shown as often, but I absolutely love this one. It actually sits in my TV console. So what my TV is sitting on does have some glass doors and open shelving, so this is a really great option to just pop in there. It's something that I see every day and I appreciate every day, even if I'm not reading it cover to cover. And last but not least, so just in case you are the type that still does stockings, honestly to me, stocking stuffers are some of my favorites. I highly recommend popping in some good quality nail polish, good quality being the key word, and this one is from OPI. It's called Baby Take a Bow? No. It's called Baby Take a Vow, which I think is really cute, maybe for the future bride in your life, something like that. But I absolutely love this nail polish. It's beautiful on any skin tone. It's sheer, so it's really good to layer. If you did want to layer this with other ones, there's a Sally Hansen that I also sort of use in combination with this one, but it just gives a really beautiful polished look. Even if you just do one coat, it's sort of like your nails, but better. I would love to get this in a stocking stuffer or replacement of the nail polish that you know she uses on a daily basis, but this one is one of my absolute favorites, so highly recommend. Okay, I think that does it for this video, but if there's anything else that you might have questions with, or if you want a separate category for me to maybe film on, if you want a gift guide for him, that's something that I would be happy to do, especially because I have a man that I'm buying for. So if you wanted to know what I have as far as my ideas on what I might be getting my husband, then stay tuned for that one if you're interested. Then let me know and I will absolutely make that video for you. But until next time, Merry Christmas, happy shopping, and I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye.